I just kindly offered my seat to a 50-year-old pregnant woman. To my surprise, she suddenly grabbed me and called me her husband. Then she touched her stomach and told me I was going to be a father. At first, I thought this woman was just mentally unstable, so I didn't take it seriously at all. However, a few days later, she actually gave birth to twins, and she showed up at my door with a paternity test, insisting that I was the biological father of the children. When everyone saw this, they all accused me of being irresponsible, and my girlfriend, who is worth hundreds of millions, was so angry that she broke up with me on the spot. As the woman stepped closer to me, I panicked and accidentally fell from a 100-story building. Even until the moment before I died, I still couldn't understand. I had never had any physical contact with this woman. How could I become a father just because I offered her my seat once? Unexpectedly, when I opened my eyes again, I was reborn and returned to the day I first met the woman. As soon as I heard the familiar "Can you give me your seat?" I immediately shuddered. To prevent the tragedy of my previous life from repeating, I decided to completely avoid any involvement with her, so I pretended to be asleep and didn't respond. But the woman didn't give up and directly called me out for pretending to sleep. She even said that I had glanced at her twice when I got on the bus. The passengers nearby also started urging me, demanding that I give up my seat for the pregnant woman. But when I looked around, I noticed there were clearly many empty seats on the bus, yet the woman was fixated on my seat specifically. This made me wonder, could it be that sitting on the seat I had occupied somehow caused her unborn child to become connected to me? So I made an excuse, saying I had a headache and didn't want to get up, and pointed out that there were so many empty seats around, she could easily take one of those. Unexpectedly, others instead accused me of being too aggressive. They said, "She's pregnant, even moving 2 steps is exhausting. What's the big deal about giving up your seat?" But I immediately retorted that I wasn't sitting in a seat specifically reserved for pregnant women, so why should I be the one to give it up? Just then, the woman suddenly held her stomach, claiming she was in too much pain to walk, and begged me to help her to a seat in the back. Seeing this, my suspicions grew even deeper. The woman's series of actions seemed to hide a clear purpose, to make contact with me no matter what. As I was pondering this, the bus suddenly jolted. The woman took the opportunity to fall toward me. I quickly used my backpack to keep a distance between us. A passenger in the back tried to help but was pushed away by the woman, who warned them not to touch her. Seeing this, I became even more convinced of my suspicions. I was determined not to have any contact with her. However, a burly man who had seen enough suddenly pulled me out of my seat. Just as the woman was about to take my seat, I suddenly felt sick and threw up, claiming I wasn't feeling well. Some people around me criticized me, saying my behavior was disgusting. The woman had no choice but to reluctantly sit in the adjacent seat. Seizing the opportunity, I got off the bus 2 stops early. This life's experience was indeed different from the previous one. The woman didn't get off at the same stop as me. Remembering how she had followed me to my company in my previous life, and touched my personal belongings, I hurried straight to the office after getting off the bus. As soon as I arrived, I immediately called for the cleaning lady, and threw all my personal items into a trash bag. I thought this would ensure nothing went wrong, but as soon as I turned around, I saw the woman walking in, accompanied by the manager. I was so scared my legs went weak, because I couldn't understand at all how she had found my company. My colleagues were also very confused by the scene, so someone asked the manager if the woman was a new employee. Hearing this, I had a sudden idea, and immediately submitted my resignation to the manager. The manager was very surprised, and reminded me that the company was about to promote me to vice president next month, so he didn't understand why I would choose to resign at this time. My best friend, seeing this, quickly stepped in to stop me, but my mind was made up. After all, I was determined not to get involved with the woman again. Seeing that I was resolute, the manager decided to accept my resignation. Then he turned to the woman and told her to take her husband home. As soon as he said this, everyone was stunned, and I was frozen in place. Just then, the woman proactively stepped forward and grabbed my hand, repeatedly calling me hubby in an overly sweet voice. I immediately shook off her hand, and loudly stated that I didn't know her at all. Seeing this, those present found it hard to believe. After all, my girlfriend is the daughter of the richest man, and the woman looked at least 20 years older than me. Logically, why would I ever choose to be with her? Unexpectedly, the woman immediately played the victim, stroking her stomach and begging me not to abandon her and her child. In my panic, I instinctively called out the woman's name. The manager immediately seized on this slip-up, and questioned how I could know her name if I didn't know her. I was left speechless. After all, I couldn't very well say that I was reborn and remembered from a previous life. Everyone else, seeing this, changed their attitude, and began accusing me of being irresponsible. Coincidentally, the woman suddenly went into labor, so everyone rushed her to the hospital. Soon, my girlfriend received the news and came. I had thought my deeply loving girlfriend would believe me, but without a word, she slapped me across the face. She then showed me a photo. It was a picture of me and the woman together. My girlfriend said she had received this photo a week ago. At first, she thought it was a prank, but never expected it to be real. I was just about to explain, when a nurse walked out carrying twins. My girlfriend only needed one glance to see that the children's eyes and eyebrows looked very much like mine. I became utterly frantic, swearing left and right that I had no relationship with the woman. But my girlfriend no longer trusted me. To make matters worse, my best friend fanned the flames, saying that maybe I had hooked up with her when I was drunk and didn't remember. Even the nurse thought I was a scumbag. She not only accused me of wronging the older mother inside, but also said that if I truly had a clear conscience, I should take a paternity test. It was only then that I snapped back to reality. I immediately plucked a strand of my hair and demanded the hospital conduct the test right away. My friend wanted to come along to help, but I pulled him back, emphasizing that no one present should interfere. Just then, the woman was wheeled out after giving birth, and called me her husband again. But I warned her that the test results would be out soon, and I would definitely sue her for defamation. Seeing how confident I seemed, my girlfriend finally took my hand, and said she believed I wouldn't do something so absurd. Soon after, the paternity test results came out. When I saw the report stating a 99% probability that I was the biological father, I was completely dumbfounded.